So, my 2003 Saab 93 Aero. So I thought I'd give a bit of an update on it. So comfy in here. Very plasticky, but comfy. Let's start her up. She always starts. It is, hold on a minute, the 23rd of November. Really cold. It's proper Swedish weather outside. And start it up. Low fuel, but oh, sorry, got a bit of a bad nose. How much fuel have we got? Average speed 2 miles an hour. Well, that explains a lot. 42 miles, that's fine. I'm like 3 or 4 miles from a petrol station, so that's fine. Cruise control is engaged as well for some reason. I don't need that. Disengaged. This is the old 2-litre B207 turbocharged engine, producing 210 brake horsepower from new, with the half leather cream interior, Saab floor mats. Yeah, it's pretty tiny. It's a saloon. And yeah, it is kind of like my little project. I've owned it for, how long have I owned it for? Since June 2020, during lockdown last year. And a fair bit to it, to be fair. The first thing was this. Every single Saab 93 I've had has always had a broken passenger window, which doesn't work. So I replaced the motor on that. Had a parasitic battery drain, which had something to do with the wiring on the back door, because the back door kept thinking it was open. And I have got to put these back on, in case you were wondering. I do have them. I'm just in midway of restoration because they're like really horrible, and yeah. So yeah, so far the car has been off the road since August. I haven't really done much with it recently. I clean it and stuff, make sure it still drives, start it about once a week, maybe sometimes more. Drive it around the block, even though I'm not really meant to, but oh well. But yeah, it's while I can only afford one vehicle on the road, I have my other trusty steed over there, the Mark 1 Mondeo, and unfortunately the Mondeo does better miles per gallon than this, being the turbocharged 2-litre petrol, versus a 1.8 16-valve Z-Tech petrol engine. Produces about 115 brake horsepower. This is 210 brake horsepower standard, so yeah. This is more fun to drive, but you know, I love the Mondeo anyway, but I love this as well, which is why it's still here. It's something I'll probably get back on the road in the future. Make sure I leave the door open, because last time I had to smash the window because I closed the door and it locked itself, which was fun. Not really. Let's see if I can do some paint correction on it today. This is a really lovely colour. It's called Noctone Blue. It's a really dark metallic colour, and it's not in bad shape. Like, you can't really see how good or bad it is because of the water on the paint, but it needs a bit of wet sanding. I wet sanded the boot last week with 2500 grit, and I bought some 3000 onwards just to refine it more. Got to do the same to the roof and the bonnet. The bonnet and the roof are quite orange peely, but that will come out. Can't really tell, to be honest, but yeah, gonna get the alloys refurbished. They're not that bad, but they are a bit scuffed in places, especially this one being the passenger side. I like to get some performance brakes on it as well, but that all comes with time really, because you know, as much with these things, this is the worst bit of the car right there. I got touch up paint and stuff, so I'm gonna wet sand and touch up the bonnet with the stone chips, because there's a lot of stone chips, but it'll look good in the end, I think, and my hard work will pay off. I'll take the front wings off because there's a little bit of corrosion right here. They always go here. It's not bad, it's just surface, so I'm just going to take the front wings off and repaint them. There's a little scuff here, and again, there's no point correcting it until the whole wing comes off and I repaint it basically and blend it in. I won't blend it in, I'll just paint the wing. Take the wing off, repaint the rusty bits, then blend the rest of the good paint in, and then that'll be that. Same with the other side. The other side is just as bad. So, but that'll come to. Yeah, that'll come to. A lot of stone chips here as well. But that's the problem. And another scuff here. It's weird there's two scuffs on either side. It's weird. Right, the rest of it isn't bad. It's a little mark there. But yeah, again, I'm just going to touch that up. I'm not going to blend it in because it's so close to a corner, so you won't notice it. But, you know, generally speaking, this car is actually really tidy. There's a little stone chip there right on the arch. I'm just going to touch that in again and blend it in, because this isn't caused any damage under here, it's just there, so that'll be alright. Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah. Here's the engine. Oh yeah, front lip spoiler as well. This is the worst painted area of the car. It's been damaged before. I don't know whether to replace it or restore what I have, but I probably might restore what I got, because I think I can like sand it all down and finalise it and then repaint it. I'll take it off the bumper, they clip off, and then that should be alright. And then there's the B207 turbocharged engine with my custom cold air intake and silicone hose. And I put new foil pack in there in January, because it was starting to run quite lean and a little bit less responsive. And new spark plugs, but apart from that and regular maintenance, I haven't really done much under here. It's spark plugs and stuff, that's all I've really done. It's a good engine. It's clean under here as well, so so that's my little update on the Saab, and I hope to do another update soon. Cheers, see you all later.